Hello, welcome to this video. Before you do anything else, get a cup of tea or a coffee, and then I will spend the next 5 to 10 minutes explaining a little bit more about our Feel Good puppets and how you can use them in your own school and the benefits you might get from them. So the Feel Good puppets complement our assemblies and active reflections for 3 to 7-year-olds. These are 39 stories and accompanying 5 days worth of accompanying activities to support children's understanding of emotions and empathy, really the building blocks of empathy. Alongside the resources, the assemblies, we've got some accompanying resources, and the accompanying resources take 8 base emotions that we explore through the stories. And you can notice these characters. I'll introduce the characters and you'll see them in the puppets as well. So you've got Noah, Chloe, Wendell and Anya, and each of the puppets in different sort of ways express different emotions. And you can see we've got some full body emotions from my forehead to my feet, and from my emotions from my forehead to my chin. So when we were working and designing the puppets, or asking the people at One Way UK to come up with the puppets, it was really important that they were able to match our characters that we've got in the resources, and I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job in the development of the puppets. So I've already sort of introduced them, but you've got Noah, you've got Anya, Chloe, and Wendell in the green there. So when we just in terms of how you can use puppets, many years ago, my wife and I went to the Czech Republic to an arts festival. And at this arts festival, we had to provide some workshops. So there were guitar workshops and singing workshops and drama workshops. And I decided to provide a puppet workshop. And this arts festival was for like late teens, early 20s. And on the first session, I think we had about 2 or 3 people. There was a good sort of, 200 people at this arts festival. It was well attended. And we only had 2 people that came to our presentation. So it went all right. That night, there were presentations, there were shows that went on as part of like an evening program. And we decided, the team that I went with, we decided to use the puppets to do a song. And we chose Evanescence's, I'll just find it. It's called Bring Me to Life. I've got it on our YouTube screen there. And I don't know if you've heard the song, but it starts quite a melancholy. A woman starts singing, and then it starts to build and build. And there's a bloke that comes in with this rap, and it gets quite rocky and heavy towards the end. And so these puppets, we started with this female girl puppet sort of singing quite melancholy, and all of a sudden this sort of boy puppet came in and did the rap, and you could see you could hear everybody in the room really getting into the puppet, into this demonstration, or whatever we want to call it. Anyway, the next day we ended up with about 30 or 40 people that then wanted to take part of our puppet workshop. So we used the Evanescence song, and we got some doing the girl and some of them doing the boy. We didn't have a lot of puppets, so we used little polystyrene balls with pen sort of eyeballs connected with some pipe cleaners, and they used these puppets, and they had their arm in the air for about 3 or 4 minutes, and you could see that there was a renewed admiration for puppeteers, because sticking your arm in the air for about 3 or 4 minutes was really hard work. But we got these sort of 20-somethings to reenact, and it was a really successful workshop. And one of the things that I like to do with the puppets, and I think that they're really good at being able to present, they are quite 2-dimensional in the sense that they can't move their eyes, they can't move ears, nostrils, they've not got the lines in the forehead that I've got if I screw up my face. But you can still express emotion. So one of the things that I try to get children to do with a puppet is, can you make the puppet happy? Yeah. And notice, as soon as I did that, I did it as well. I mirrored the happiness in Noah. Can I make Noah sad? Couldn't have done it again. Didn't mean to do it. I was going to try and not be sad and get the puppet to be sad. Can I do it? It's really hard. Anyway, can you get angry? Again, I want to be angry. I want to mirror what Noah's doing. I don't think I'd ever be a ventriloquist. I'm so I admire those that can throw the voice. I can't throw a voice. If I talk, then Noah talks. I can't do it. But again, if I try, I think when I was doing puppeting for youth clubs and stuff, if I'd got the puppet there and I'm behind the curtain, if the camera was on me, I'd be doing whatever the puppet was doing. Okay, going back to the emotion thing though, they're a really good way of expressing the emotions that are in the story. You can get the children to talk to the puppets. It's a really good way of interacting. So in terms of the puppets and how we would use them, we've suggested that there are quite a few activities where the puppets may want to ask questions. You might want to get the children to ask questions of the puppets, and they can respond as if they're characters from the stories. One of the things that we were quite keen on when designing the characters for the resources, and then obviously for the puppets, that there was a multicultural nature to the puppets. And so you don't have to use our puppets for the resources. You can use any puppets you want. And similarly, you don't have to use our puppets. If you buy our puppets, you don't have to use them solely for these resources. You can use them for other aspects of your own curriculum. And so that's when we decided, when working with One Way UK, that we wanted a mid-range puppet so that the teacher could use them quite happily, but also they're not too big for children to be able to use and express their own thoughts, tell stories, and show them around the school. So before I go, show them around the school. I don't know if you do that, but maybe you would. I just want to show on our website, so if I switch screens here, share screen, there we go. Oh, there's the Evanescence's puppet. So if I go to, this is the One Way UK. This is the organisation that make our puppets, and the quality of the puppets are second to none. They're all made in the UK, made from really, really durable materials. They've been working for, I think, 30, 40 years, something like that. But the quality of the puppets, they've been making puppets that are used all the time, and so therefore they know exactly what they're doing to try and create a puppet that will last, and so therefore you get a set of puppets that are very, very durable. Right, if I go back to Google, here we go, and go to, there we go, our website, simplycollectiveworship.co.uk. If you click on the open page, the main page, if you scroll down, you'll notice that's the Feel Good Assemblies. You can have a look at the resources in more detail, but you can also have a look at the puppets as well. So I'll just let that load. And these are the puppets being used in a school. Brilliant. Okay. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the puppets and maybe a bit inspired as to how you can use them in your own classrooms. Right, until next time, goodbye.